Hi guys, welcome to video number 4, activity number 4. It's at the steamroller project. Now this is your first introduction to assemblies, putting parts together. So up to now we've drawn the memo block, the Samsung camera, and we've dealt with the iPhone. They were what's known as a parts. They were one individual part file. But now what we're going to do is we're going to have 9 different part files, and we're going to assemble them together like a bit of Lego to make this overall model here. Now the guide here that's on Teams takes you through how to model the parts. I've already modeled the parts for you, okay? But I would suggest you try this yourself in your own time. It's a good practice activity, okay? But for the purposes of doing the assembly, we're just going to go straight to page, I think it's page 11 maybe? No, it's more than that. There we are. Steamroller assembly. It's on page 14, okay? So the first thing it's asking us to assemble is these two parts here. We have the main body, and we have the steamroller body, and the other one is called it's the front upright, okay? So just keep that in mind. So in SolidWorks, we'll start a brand new SolidWorks, and we go to a new file, mind that, and we're going to go, instead of a part, we're going to go to an assembly. Now on Edmodo, beg your pardon, on Teams, so let me start this up here, it's annoying me. I've put up the 9 part files, and actually an assembly file as well for you to look at if you need to. So let me just view this, show desktop. Okay, just bear with me here a second. There we are, steamroller. Okay, so I have a folder there, and I have 9 part files, and I have this assembly file which I'm not going to use. Okay, so that's all, and the guide is there as well. So now back into SolidWorks. So it gives me a kind of an automatic default, message here to insert a part or something, or a model. And so you can actually assemble assemblies to other assemblies if you want as well. But we, by and large, 99% of the time, just do parts. So I'm going to browse. And at desktop now, it's already open. There's the desktop steamroller, and I'm going to bring in the body, steamroller body. Click open, and I'm just going to land it there. So this is our first. So this one is important. The very first one that you put in, it's like the base part, the main part of it, okay? This cannot move. The other parts that we bring in will be able to move, and we'll have to lock them into position, but this one cannot move. So we insert components. So this is in the assembly tab, insert component, browse again, and front upright. Shh, be quiet. Front upright, where are we? There we are. Now, I'm going to bring it in there, and you can see it's in the wrong orientation. It kind of has to slot in there vertically with the hole at the bottom, and it needs to be turned around. So what I can do is mess around with my X, Y, and Z axes there. So I want that to be upright. So I want it to rotate about the X axis, and I want to rotate it 90 degrees so that the hole is kind of facing outwards to the right and through to the left. So I'm going to rotate it about the Y axis, and now that's perfect. Now, what I want to do here is I need to lock it in position. So I need to go to this thing here called mates. So a mate is basically, we're mating lines with lines, points with lines, points with points, concentric circles. There's loads of different ones that we can use here, okay? The first one I'm going to go for is a coincident mate. So coincident means you want to put a point on top of a point or a point on a line. So what I want to do is lock in, we'll say common points to each other. So we'll say when this fits together, that point here should end up with that point there, and you can see it move. Now it looks like it's perfect, doesn't it? That's what we want. But if I click that, I can actually drag it, but you see it's only locked into that one point. So what I need to do now is get another point and lock it in. So coincident again, and I want to find that point there and lock it into that point there. Now doesn't look perfect because it still has some degrees of freedom, so I need to lock one more point in. So I'm going to say this one here with this one here, and coincident is already selected, green tick. Now it's fully defined. If you like, I can't move it, I cannot drag that. The next part that comes in is the now this probably explains it slightly different, a different way. I'm going to bring in this axle here, okay? So it's called front axle, and it's going to introduce 2 new mates. So we've just dealt with the coincident mate there. So I'm going to insert, so come out of mates, insert component, front axle, browse for it, Now you could bring all your parts in one go. I like to do it one by one. I don't want my screen to be kind of crowded with so many parts. So I hope this comes in the wrong way. Yeah, it does. So now what I could have done there, I could have rotated it about X, Y, and Z, but I'm going to show you another way that we can align it up and bring in a new mate as well. So we're going to kill two birds with one stone. So mate, so I need it facing around the other way. So I can use this flat surface here, not the pointer or the circle, but the surface itself. And I can select this surface here, and I'm going to make them parallel to each other. Okay, so parallel. Make sure parallel is selected. Green tick. Now, I can drag that around. You can see what's after happening there. Those two surfaces are parallel. Flat, so you can make flat surfaces parallel or perpendicular if you choose. Now what I need to do is get that in that kind of socket there. So we bring in a new, so we've done coincident and we've done parallel, could have done perpendicular as well. So I'm going to bring in concentric now. So I can select the mate first, and I want this curved surface to be concentric with this curved surface like so. And I'm going to grey tick. So you can see that it's off center there, but I can drag it. Watch, I can drag it. You can see that it kind of fits in the socket there like so. And I can't just guess it like that to get it kind of centered. I have to do it accurately, which I'll show you now. So coming down, we have advanced mates, and we have one called width. Where is it now? Advanced mates, width. Yeah, we have to scroll back up, but there it is, width. So what I want to do is get the width of this object. So by selecting two outer faces and centering it, or yeah, so we're looking to get it centered. You can see the constraint there centered, and get it centered with the width of this object here. So I need to come down to the second box, this object here, and you can see it's after moving central, green tick. I cannot drag that now. It'll rotate in it. See that there? You can see it green, and that's fine. We can leave a little bit of freedom because that's actually how it moves. Right, next one. We are bringing in the front upright. So we're going to bring in the back axle, and we're going to do the same thing. So this is more or less a repeat. So insert component, just make sure, yeah, it's fine. Insert component, browse, we're going to come from back axle, open. Now, so what I'm going to do here on purpose, instead of using the X, Y, Z to line it up, or instead of using the parallel mate, I'm going to show you how to use the perpendicular mate. So we're going to go for perpendicular. So I want a surface, so I want it obviously facing, so that's going through that hole there. So I want that surface to be perpendicular with that surface there. It would be parallel if I selected that surface, but because we're choosing perpendicular, it has to be that one there. And that kind of went a bit weird. Okay, I don't know why I've done that, so I'm just going to delete that for a second. Why did that happen? Okay, let's try that again. So this surface here, I want to be, probably still is perpendicular now that I think of it, perpendicular with that one there. Interesting. So if I try drag that now, how is that perpendicular? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to come out of that, I'm going to go into my mates. I don't like that one. So if you go to the last, see the mate here, you can open up for mates. I'm going to right click on that, I'm just going to delete it. Okay, so mate again. And I'm going to say this surface here to be parallel with this surface here. There we are, green tick. I don't know why the perpendicular didn't work. And now I need to do my concentric mate again. So concentric outer surface. And I need to get that inner surface there. See the way it's selecting the whole inner surface? There we are. So now it's in there, but it's just not, so I can push it through to the far side. Once again, I want to go to my advanced mates, width, centered. So the outside of the first object to be centered with the outsides of the other object. And now it's centered. Green tick. Next one is the, let's see, we're going on to the wheels. So we're going to bring in the back wheel and we're going to slot them on. So, so insert component, and I'm going for back wheel. There's a way we can bring in two of them here without having to do this twice. Let's see if I can remember. So open, there it is there. There's one. Now if I hold down control and click that and drag it, it creates a duplicate. So I'm holding down control, click and drag, now I have a duplicate. Oh, I thought that worked. Alright, that didn't work. Okay, let's try to figure that out. So I'll just put in another back wheel. Maybe if I do it now before I land it, hold control, click. Anyway, listen, doesn't matter. There it is. So, mate. So let's do a parallel mate. Now I could probably go straight to a concentric mate. Let's be honest here, because it'll just line up that hole there with that thing there. That's fine. Okay. Obviously we don't want it there, so I'm going to drag it out. I'm going to make this one here also coincident with that shaft, like so. And now we need to lock the holes on. So I just want to take a look at those there. Can we see all the way through? Yeah, so there we can basically see all the way through there. Okay, so there's no cap on it. That's fine. So what I'm going to do now is a coincident mate, and I'm going to make that circle there coincident with that circle there, the outer one. So when I fit the wheel on, they should basically be touching or coincident with each other. Green tick. Same on the far side. Outer circle, coincident, green tick. Done. Next, front wheels. I'll bring in two front wheels. Wrong one. Insert component, new component. There was a way we can bring in two. I can't remember. It's been that long since I've done it. So front wheel. Click open. Okay. So click. Oh, there, it did work. Sorry, yeah, I just maybe done it wrong the first time. I was using control there. Okay, so same again, mate. We want to go with our concentric mate. Now, because there's a cap on these here, you can see there's no hole on the back side, but there's a hole on that side there. So that's facing the right way. So let me see this one here. Can I still rotate that part? Okay, so I hope this puts it in the wrong way, and I can show you how to flip it around. So mate, I'm going to go concentric, like so. Select that, like so. Now it's perfect, it's done it the wrong way. Now there should be a way that I can flip that, if I remember. So we go down here to mate alignment, it actually flips it around the far side. See that? We want the shaft, socket and the shaft to be facing on the same end. Green tick. I'm just going to drag that out on purpose. And lastly, I'll just do select that. We're going to go with a coincident mate here, by the way. So select that circle and sugar. That circle there. No, I've done the wrong one actually. So I'm going to delete that. Okay, sorry. I need to have my hidden detail on. Actually, that's what I need to do. So hidden detail is in here. I need to be able to see the circle at the back. So when I fit that on, that circle and that circle should be coincident, which they are. And I do the same last time for that one and that one here. There we are. I'm going to go back to my fully rendered view. That's grand. In fact, I think I made a mistake with this one here. Yeah, I didn't have the shaft coming right up to the end there. So I don't know if you picked up on that. I didn't actually realize that. So I'm going to go back to that one there. Concentric, so that coincident mate. I'm going to delete that coincident mate. Now drag it out again. Try that one more time. Mate. It was the back circle that I should have done. The front circle like that. Now we're right. Next on the agenda is the 4 uprights here. So same again, concentric mate, and then a coincident mate with the 4 circles. Okay, so insert components. Now we need 4 of them, so I'm going to try copy 4, see if I can successfully do it. So cab supports, open. So click the first one, hold control, drag the next one, land it, hold control, drag it, click it 4 times. Okay, try to get the hang of that yourselves there. Mate, so I'm going to do my 4 concentrics first. There's that one. Concentric, doesn't matter which one I do, like so. And one more time, the concentric. Great, okay. Now what I want is I'm going to drag that up, drag them all out of their sockets. And I just want to coincidentally mate each circle with the bottom of the hole. And that didn't work there. I'll delete that one. Don't like that now, hold on. I'll cancel that one. So that one's locked in. So mate. And because I've already selected the shaft there, I need to delete that. So we're going coincident again. That circle there, that circle there. Perfect. See, it's important that you get this outer circle and not the circular face itself. And there we are. That's our 4 supports in. Next on the agenda is probably the roof. So cab cover. And we need to be careful with this that we get it the right way around because it's not actually square, it's rectangular. So insert components. So cab cover. And let's just have a look at it here, how it lines up. So I think it needs to be, well, maybe that is the way. We'll try it anyway and see how it works. Now, so I'm going to get that one there. I'm going to mate now. And I'm going to make a concentric with this one here. Like so. Now that's fine, but I need to do one more. Actually, do you know what? I just realized that it needed to be turned right 90 degrees. So I'll go back to my mates, the very last one that I done, and I'm going to delete that. And what we need to do here is we need to get it turned 90 degrees. So I basically, if I say this flat surface here, I'm going to make it parallel with another surface. So that surface there, I'm going to make it parallel with, we'll say, this front surface here. Okay, now I can go and do my concentric mates again with 2 of the shafts and 2 of the sockets. Hold on now. Did I get this right? Let's try it again. So that there, that there. Okay, so it's basically saying there's a conflict here with a previous mate that I've done. So that's interesting. So let me just go back and check my mates. Oh yeah, it's to do, I suppose it would be to do with that. Yeah, do you know what, I'm going to delete that. I think we can do this just with concentric mates. If we get like, yeah, it can totally be done with concentric mates. So I want now one of the other ones, just make sure I have them lined up correctly. This one here should be concentric with that one there. Now that should lock it in without doing any rotation there. Okay, but we can still see that it can go up and down. So lastly, I'll just do one coincident mate should be enough here. So that circle with that circle there. Let's see if there's any degrees of freedom on it. No, there's not. It's in position. If you really wanted, you could do the other ones, but I wouldn't bother. Once it doesn't move, I'd say it's okay. Lastly, we're going to put this exhaust pipe, and we need to get it facing backwards towards the cab. Okay, so lastly, so mate green tick, insert components, exhaust pipe. Where is it now? Exhaust. And it's in the wrong way on purpose. I could have rotated it using X, Y, and Z, but I want to try to get used to using this parallel perpendicular mate. Okay, so first and foremost, it's a concentric mate because it has to fit in that hole there. Concentric. And I need the circle at the bottom matched up with the bottom. So coincident. Hopefully I can see that there. Grand. So now that shouldn't be able to come out, but it can rotate. You can see that there. So I want, let's see, that one there to be parallel with that one there. Okay, now you can see it's the wrong way around there, so I should be able to go into mate alignment and flip it over the right way. And that is it. That's it done. That's all my mates. You don't have to rename the mates. I would leave the mates as they are, but that is a full assembly of the steamroller. So you can go now and do a photorealistic image of it. Okay, I want you to do that. You can get the realness of the wood. How many minutes are we on here? We're on 21 minutes. So I might just leave that there. I'll let you do it yourself there, okay? So we'll leave it there. That's it. Any questions, you can let me know. This is obviously going to be on Edmodo.